when the lightning bolt comes out of the sky and strikes your perfect moose in the head, and all of a sudden they're thinking, I need this solution. Do they think of you first? Do they think of you second? Do they think of you at all? Hey everybody, this is Steve Miller, better known as Kelly's dad, marketing gunslinger. Welcome to another edition of my weekly episodes, weekly Uncopyable Business episodes. Thanks for joining me this week. Got an interesting question for you, but I want to set this up a little bit first by I want to give a shout out to a couple of clients that I don't know why I haven't shouted out to them, but been working with them in the last couple of weeks. To Brian Armentrout and the gang at Eurofins. Hope you're watching. Nice to see you. We had a great time in Colorado a couple of weeks ago. Got hit by the snow bomb. Barely made it out with our lives. And anyway, had a great time working with them, and up in the mountains, the Rocky Mountains. Okay, and I just got back from Pittsburgh after working with Zaresco and Vic Tedesco and his team out there in Pittsburgh. Really enjoyed working with them as well. I've got something going on here. I'm going to do something a little bit different over the next few weeks. I got to thinking about, not only coming up with a great topic for you guys this week, but then it struck me, wait, there are kind of like 7 questions. There's 7 things that I talk with my clients about. And I get into deep discussions with my clients about helping them to understand the uncopyable philosophy and how the uncopyable philosophy, the attitude, the perspective can make such a huge difference in your business growth and generating new business. So what I've done is I kind of outlined this, and I've come up with 7 different topics that I'm going to do over the next 7 weeks in my weekly video. So hopefully you'll like today's, and you'll want to come back and join me again in the next few weeks to get that. And so in this particular one, I want to talk about that lightning bolt. See, we all know that the purpose of business is to create and maintain long-term customer relationships, right? Sure, we want to grab a new customer and then we want to keep them. So the way I look at it is that the purpose, when we look at the purpose, we want to grab customers, keep customers. So I want to talk about the part of the grabbing the customer right now, and that is that when we are looking to generate new customers, obviously we're out there looking for prospects. We call them I call them the moose. We want to find people who fit the profile of our target market, and then also show an interest, and they raise their hand, or moose raise their paw, hooves, I guess, that they are interested in our products or services. Once we've found somebody who fits the profile, and then they indicate an interest, boy, that's the sweet spot, right? That's what we're looking for. And how do we find them? I mean, how do we go get them? Well, we can look at it from a marketing and a sales perspective. If we look at it from a sales perspective, which a lot of companies, you have salespeople. You might not necessarily really have, a strong marketing campaign or a strong marketing strategy. And really what you rely on are your salespeople to go out and knock on doors, to do a lot of cold calling, to go out, go to trade shows, collect business cards, contact those people. And basically it's a selling thing, other than you could say that the trade show obviously is a marketing tool. But the idea of marketing is to doing sales, like cold calling, for example. I mean, I hate cold calling. In fact, I think anybody who loves cold calling is a very sick person. Now, my smoking hot wife, Kay, is a world-class salesperson. Proven, successful, award-winning, world-class salesperson. And I don't want to say that she loves cold calling, but it doesn't bother her. She gets it. It's part of the deal, and so she does it, and she's fearless at making cold calls. I hate it. I hate cold calling. So, and sales is man hours, right, or person hours. What is the term for that anyway? And so that can be fairly, time intensive, right? You can only make so many sales calls per week. You can only make so many cold calls per week, and still be able to take care of customers that you've already got. So when we think about marketing is helping to shortcut the process of uncovering moose who are also hungry moose. They are hungry. The moose is the profile. The fact that they're hungry shows that they have an interest in us. Now the way I boil it down to is that the purpose of marketing is to be on the mind of the prospect when the prospect is ready to buy. So in other words, if we can identify people as our moose ahead of time so that they fit the profile of our targeted customers, then we can create a marketing campaign, a communication campaign with them so that when the lightning bolt comes out of the sky and strikes them in the head, now they have an interest and they want to raise their hand for us to follow up with them. But here's the big question. See, and here's where the uncopyable philosophy comes in. And that is that for the most part, or I should back up and say it this way. In most cases, in marketing, the question that I would ask you is, when the lightning bolt comes out of the sky and strikes your moose square in the middle of the head, do they think of you first? Do they think of you second? Do they even think of you at all? Now, we could argue that the objective is to be thought of first, but the uncopyable philosophy, the uncopyable approach to separating your company from the competition, which you do in your marketing campaign, which you do in your messaging, which you do in the way that you present, you set up your branding proposition, the promise to the marketplace. And when you do that, then when the lightning bolt comes out of the sky, the objective is not that you're the first one they think of. Your objective is that you are the only option. You are the only solution that they think of. So ask yourself the question right now. When that lightning bolt comes out of the sky and strikes your moose, your prospects in the head, do they think of you first? Do they think of you second? Do they think of you and others? Or do they just think of you as the only solution to them? That's what the uncopyable philosophy is all about. So think about that. This is Steve Miller, better known as Kelly's dad and marketing gunslinger. Thanks again for watching me this week. I'll be back again next week with another uncopyable business episode. And if you have any questions, feel free to contact us. Call Kay. She'll be happy to talk to you. In the meantime, always remember, be uncopyable. I'll see ya.